Good good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because it just depends on where you are tuning in from. Welcome to day two, advancing on a purpose. So come on in, get relaxed, get your pad, pencil, or if you're the electronic type, get your notes section ready because we are going to jump in. I'm going to go over just a few housekeeping. And so 7 p.m. is generally when we're going to go live. We're going live for 30 days straight, and we're on day two. There are going to be a couple of days where we shift, and one of those days is going to be tomorrow. So, tomorrow we're going live at noon, and that's just to be able to accommodate my schedule. We're going to an event tomorrow evening where I am being honored. So I am so super excited about that. So we will come live tomorrow at noon. Saturday, we're going to be back at 7 p.m. And then the next transition probably will be for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So we'll do something slightly different, but I'll give you all of those details so you'll know all of that ahead of time. So definitely looking forward to getting into tonight. One of my vows to you is that I will not go past 30 minutes. So we will be off by hook or crook, at least by 7:30, because I know that you all are busy. And so I have planned bite-sized nuggets for you all to take. And so, with that being said, again, welcome. I hope you're ready because I am ready to give you everything that I can in the next 30 minutes. And this is designed for mid career women who want to advance in their career, but don't get it twisted. Even if you're not a mid-career woman, you can be a man, you can be anywhere in your journey, you will be able to gain and you're going to get something from the 30-day challenge. But for me, note, I serve mid-career women. I help them to level up to executive level positions. And so for day two, we're going to explore harnessing your authentic self to kind of springboard you to your next level position. We're going to look at three areas. That's going to be emotional intelligence, we're going to look at feedback, and the fact that as a leader, you must become, if you're not already, a lifelong learner. And yesterday, just in case you didn't catch it, yesterday we discussed the importance of self reflection, core values, and just understanding your strengths and your weaknesses. So, if you didn't catch us yesterday, please make sure that you go back. You're going to be able to find that video on the website that, not the website, the Facebook group you're in now. So you can find it on my business page. And also, I did upload it to YouTube. So we'll make sure that we put that information in the chat after the broadcast. So there will be two locations that you can view this from. So definitely, if you weren't able to catch yesterday's message, it is available and will stay available. So with that being said, let's do some roll calls. Let's see who's here. And I thank you all for being here. That's going to require me to multitask a little bit. Let me see. Okay. Let me just In all truth and honesty, my daughter did my nails today for the event, so I may be a little bit on a struggle bus, but that's okay. That's okay. So, because of that, I know that we have people here, but I can't see you right now. Aw, my daughter. That's her. She is here. Hey, Miss Marseille. You all, let me just, point her out. She did the thing today. She did the thing. So thank you, Marseille. She was getting me ready for the event tomorrow. But I know you all are here. Also, please put your names because we want to acknowledge you. Put them in the comments. If something is resonating with you, please put them in the comments. We're going to go back. I have a team. So between me and between the team, we will go back, answer any questions. But definitely, if something resonates, I would love to know what that is. And if you're catching the replay, that is for you as well. So if you catch the replay, let me know that you're catching the replay. Hashtag replay. Put your name, where you're from, and let me know what resonates with you as well, because that also will help me as I continue to be able to service you all. And so I wanted to start with a story. And just in case, I'm not going to start with my story. I did tell my story yesterday. So if you are interested in knowing a little bit about my story and how we got here, then you can definitely catch day one. I want to tell you about another young lady instead. And let me say this, I have been coaching for quite some time, and I have been in this leadership arena for a long time. So I have a lot of stories. And if I am coaching you, one of my vows is always to make sure that I don't share specific information. And so if I'm sharing a story, you're never going to know whose story it is. And I'll change the names, maybe a couple of the situations, just so it never matches up, because I would never want someone to feel as though I am outing them. But I share stories because it's something that you all can resonate with, and you can see people's journeys and their transitions. So I think that that's extremely important. And that, I told you I'm multitasking just a little bit because I did not put my timer on because I really want to be mindful. So I got my timer set. So I want to tell you a story of a young lady named Sarah. And just from what I was just saying, that's not her name, but we're going to use Sarah right now. And so Sarah was in her particular industry for about 15 years, a passionate worker. She had a wealth of knowledge, 15 years. So that means she had a wealth of experience under her belt. But you know what? She kept looking like, why not me? I'm applying for promotions, but I'm not getting promoted. And I am sure you all know someone like that. I don't know if you have been in that position, but you're looking like, you know what? I know this job. I've been doing this job, but I'm not being promoted. What's going on? I'm being passed over, and passed over. So I am sure some of you know what that feels like, and it doesn't feel so good. So that was Sarah's dilemma. She couldn't fathom like what's going on. She's competent, diligent, she cares about her work, and yet everyone was moving except for her. And so for her, a pivotal moment came when she was actually listening to someone who had just gotten promoted. It was someone who was a little younger than her. And so what she was saying, she was talking, and she was saying, sharing her experience about how she feels like in this position, and when she got to this company, she could be authentically who she was. She talked about her emotions and being able to get her emotions in check, and how when she got promoted, she had been working with someone and they had been giving her lots of feedback, and the fact that she was a lifelong learner. When Sarah was listening to all of that, she was like, wait a minute, mm, maybe I've missed something. And so, what did she do? Sarah did get a coach. And so Sarah started to work through things. Sarah started to actually be able to look and say, you know what? Hmm. She did that stuff that we talked about yesterday, that introspection. But she literally began to say, like, yes, I'm technically skilled, but okay, well, maybe I have to be truthful with the fact that I don't necessarily always like when people tell me about myself, or when they're telling me I'm doing something wrong. And so she recognized that her emotional intelligence, woo, she got triggered a lot. So it was just like working on, I want to respond, but maybe this is not the appropriate time to respond. And so, even with feedback, Sarah would tell you, feed what? No, I don't want feedback. You can keep your feedback. And so I am sure I've heard this before. I've heard people who have said, you know what? I don't know if your feedback is real. I don't know where your motives are. And so Sarah just had a hard time. And I am sure as you're listening, you may, or you may have known, or you may have seen people who just have a hard time receiving feedback. And the fact that yes, Sarah was extremely skilled, very technology savvy, but Sarah had to admit at some point, when's the last time I actually took a training to find out the latest and the greatest? And so when Sarah was doing and going through all of this and looking at, maybe there is something that I am missing. And when she went to go grab it, it wasn't an overnight process, but with her effort, with her being vulnerable, her months turned into a year, and her transformation within a year was incredible because she stuck with it, because she decided, you know what? I am going to reinvent myself. And it is okay to reinvent yourself. The thing is, we have to really look on the inside and really take inventory about what's going on. And so within a year, she totally had changed between the fact that she was more open with her coworkers, she was happier, she was lighter. When the position came, she applied. And you know it. That's right. She got it. She finally had left the muck and mire from beneath her, and she climbed. And she is continuing to climb today. And so I share Sarah's story so that you can understand the power of self awareness, adaptability, and it's a willingness to evolve. It's a willingness to open yourself up for more and for better. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our three main points today. And so, our first point, we're going to talk about emotional intelligence. The term emotional intelligence is often shortened for EQ. Maybe you have heard, well, EI, and maybe you have heard EQ, which is emotional um, quotient. And that refers to the adaptability to be able to recognize, understand one's emotions, as well as the ability to influence emotions of others. It consists of various key points, including self regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills. So, self regulation involves managing yourself and or being able to control one's emotions, and it especially in stressful situations, and adapting to changing circumstances. And so, why is this important? When we're thinking about being able to control emotions, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, y'all. Do not come for me because you're going to want to come for me. Do not come for me. But I'm about to say it anyway. So, you're going to want to come. Think about when you're driving, right? When you're driving, how are you? Are you managing your emotions? Or are your emotions managing you? And that's a small snippet, but I want you to think about that. And if you're struggling there, think about your triggers when you're at work and how they show up. Again, don't come for me. I'm just saying. Motivation entails being driven to achieve the sake of achievement and maintaining optimism, even when faced with failure. So that goes along with you can fail, you're going to feel something, but yet, how are you managing the feeling? How are you managing the emotion? Empathy involves recognizing and understanding the emotions of others, leading to a heightened sense of needs and perspective. Social skills involve managing relationship, building networks, and fostering a rapport and trust. So I want you to take a moment and consider a recent situation where your emotions played a significant role. How did you handle it? Could you have done better? Remembering that emotional intelligence is a thing and it's important. So think about that. And that still goes along with what we talked about yesterday about your awareness. So be honest with yourself, let down your own guard, and answer those questions. Now, let's talk about feedback. It's a dreaded word for some, right? A lot of people don't like feedback. They don't like feed forward. They don't like, doesn't matter how you slice it, dice it, constructive criticism, whatever it is. There are a lot of people who do not receive it well. So, when's the last time you actually asked for feedback? When did you welcome it? And I'm going to pause because I want you to think about that. When's the last time you really welcomed feedback? When I did my broadcast, when I say I searched for feedback, people were looking at me, and then I went to one person that I knew, baby, they were going to tell me. They were going to tell me because feedback, feed forward, constructive criticism. And I'm using these words because I want them to agitate you enough that you can start becoming numb to them. When you hear constructive criticism, when you hear criticism, I don't want you to inwardly cringe. I want you to be able to get to the point that you can say, you know what? Maybe there was something in there, but I digress. Okay, I want you to give some, or let me give you some vital information. Feedback is a fundamental tool for leaders. It plays a pivotal role, not just in your personal, but also in your professional development. Feedback helps you to grow. It helps your team's efficiency. It's It's really truly something that you have to at some point seriously learn to embrace and learn not to take it personal. So, when we're talking about feedback, we're looking at self awareness and improvement. Leaders, like anyone else, you have to look for your blind spot. Feedback provides insights into areas that you may not be aware of and offering opportunities. If you don't ask, if you don't take it, you are missing growth opportunities. You are missing improvement. It builds trust and transparency. Soliciting and acting upon feedback demonstrates to team members that their perspectives are valued. It fosters trust and establishes an environment that we can have open communication. It helps performance enhancement, employee engagement, promotion, and continuous learning. I would love to really seriously delve into it, but for sake of time, I'm going to just tell you some of those things. Effective strategies for alignment. Feedback can provide insights into how strategies are being received and implemented at the ground level. This helps leaders to adjust and redefine strategies in real time. So, you being able to get feedback and being able to receive it and not reject it or know how to place what where will help your organization. It will help the people that you're leading. It's a beautiful thing. Gives validation. While feedback often highlights areas of improvement, it also serves to recognize and validate the things you as a leader are doing well. So it's not always a bad thing, and it'll also help you with it, making sure that you're making informed decisions. Leaders make decisions that impact their team daily. Feedback provides the data and perspectives that you need and that are necessary sometimes to be able to make well informed decisions. So, in essence, feedback is the cornerstone of effective leadership. And I want to leave you with thinking about when's, again, the last time that you received feedback? When's the last time you asked for feedback? Did you act on it? Did you do anything with that information? If you didn't do anything, why not? And we can have a conversation offline about that. So, final thing that I want to share on this evening is being a lifelong learner. It's essential. It's an essential trait for leaders for so many different reasons. Listen, when you're a lifelong learner, you're able to adapt to change just a little bit better. It doesn't matter what career you're in, if you do not continue to make sure you're staying on top of the technology, you're staying on top of whatever your craft is. It's important. So, tidbit, when's the last time you've taken a class in whatever that craft is? And dare I say, if you haven't taken a class in a year, about something, and when I say a class, it could be a podcast, it could be a book, it could be a form, it could be something formal. But when is the last time you seriously delved into your specific craft? Leaders must stay updated to guide their organizations effectively through changes. You have to. You must. I think that was a movie. I'm feeling like I'm saying parts of I think I can't remember what movie that is, but I think you have to. You know what? I'm talking about my husband would laugh right now because I think that's part of The Shack. It's wisdom. It's wisdom. It's wisdom coming through right now with the shack. Okay. But lifelong learners, it also, just like I was speaking earlier, it's going to help you with making sure that you're making informed decisions. You're going to be able to inspire the team. You're going to be able to address skill gaps, and you're going to stay relevant, along with making sure that you're growing personally and you promote a culture of a learning. You're going to be able to embrace curiosity. And so it's so needed. It's needed. Now, let me tell you, we're going this 30 days. We're doing gift giveaways. And so please make sure that you join our Facebook group. I can't, as you can tell, in 30 minutes, cannot, even for 30 days straight, give you everything. So I have curated special gifts to help you on this journey. But in order to get that gift, you're going to have to go to the Next Level Tribe Progression. You can snapshot or take the QR code that you see on the screen, or on Facebook, just look for Next Level Tribe Progression. If you're already in the group, you will know the day, the morning that the free gift is going to drop. But if you're not already in the group, you won't hear it until the probably evening of our time together. So definitely please go to Next Level Tribe or Next Level Progression Tribe so you can go ahead and get a jump to the free gift, because that's where the free gift will be placed. And again, I have curated things that are really going to help you, things that I've spoken to people. These are the things that people struggle with. And so it'll help you get over that hump. So let's go ahead and I'm going to wrap this up. Leaders, aspiring leaders, remember that authentic leadership is rooted in understanding yourself, is so paramount. Sarah's story and countless others like hers showcase that success just doesn't come from fitting into a mode, but it's about molding yourself. It's about getting that feedback. It's about getting the continuous learning and a deep understanding of your emotions. And do not, like, really seriously, we have to make sure that we have that EI, that emotional intelligence in check. It's so important. Now, I am going to end with a quote. True leaders embrace the wisdom of emotional intelligence, the humility to seek and accept feedback, and the curiosity to be lifelong learners. It's this trinity that they find the inspiration to inspire others and transform visions into realities. That quote is courtesy of Miranda. I want to thank you. Join me tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is at noon for more insights and great nuggets. It is my goal to help you to move to your next level in your career. You deserve to advance on purpose. My name is Miranda Denise Watson, and I help mid career women level up to executive levels positions. Thank you.